Hello everybody! Today for Sunday Funday, we're going to see how I draw Barbaria. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, Barbaria. Obviously, she's a barbarian. But the reason I wanted to do this, well, I mean, it's Sunday Funday. You know, we're going to have some fun, basically, you know. But the reason I wanted to do this was I'm going to get on the soapbox for a little bit here. I see a lot of people drawing women, and they're drawing barbarians or knights or any kind of like armored fighting type kind of style woman, and they always draw them. I'm going to sound like such an old man, like a complaining old man, but they always draw them with gigantic breasts that are barely covered up. And I get it. I get why you're drawing that, because, you know, you like to draw sexy women. I get it, you know, and I'm not knocking you for that, but there's a part of me that thinks like an old man and thinks, well, why is if a man wouldn't dress like that, why would a woman dress like that? You know what I mean? It's like you want to protect yourself, you want to be safe. Why would you do something like that? Like, why would you wear an exposing piece of hardware? So that's why I'm kind of doing something in my style. It's like, what? And you know, I have the same complaint for, like, let's just say Fortnite. When characters, not specifically Fortnite, but they do it too, when characters are drawn with high heels. Why? You're fighting. And again, I sound like such a complaining old man saying these kids today with their clothes, and they, you know, I don't mean to sound like that, but what I mean is I like to draw stuff like a realistic style, right? Like, this is how they would fight, this is how they would look, that kind of thing. And it bugs me. That's really what it is. I don't mean to be a complaining old man by saying, you know, they need to put more clothes on. You know, that's really not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that makes no sense fight-wise. Like, if you were fighting, if you were going into, like I said, why, if a man wouldn't dress like that, why would a woman? So I decided to draw my version of barbarian woman. So she's got armor, she's got fur and fuzz, and she's got to keep warm, right? So it's kind of going against, you know, drawing a nakedly seen woman. But again, I'm kind of going for real. Like, if she was really fighting, like, what would she have on her? So I'm going to draw like a big gauntlet type thing that she's got on her hand here. And I'm going to also make like maybe a fist. Like, it's an armored fist that is made specifically for fighting, you know? We're going to say it's got big old bone knuckles. It's got spikes. Tied on across her. You know what I mean? Something huge. Like, that's too big, you know? And so what's funny is I looked up a lot of like muscular women. Not weightlifting. I mean, I didn't want over the top. I wanted, you know, she's a fighter, and so she's got muscles and she survives, that kind of thing. But I ended up covering up most of her, so it's kind of like I didn't need it as much. It's funny. But yeah, my Barbaria, we'll say she's got her open, like the top and then just a cloth, you know, but she's not gonna have her chest exposed, you know. She's, like I said, I'm thinking more of a warrior fighter. And let's give her braids. And ooh, let's do this. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna draw, like, she's got horns, like she's got her hair in braids, right? So she doesn't have a helmet on. I want to draw like a Viking type, but you know, she doesn't have to be a Viking. We're just drawing a barbarian, you know. So a barbarian's not gonna have a Viking helmet, or she may, you never know. But my point is, I'm leaving her hair open so we can draw it in braids, right? She's got it down. This, let's braid it all up. But I want to give her some kind of big armored horns, right? So let's do that. Let's do like a gigantic elk horn, not elk horn. I don't know why I said that. That word came to my head. I don't even know if elk have gigantic horns like this, but basically we're drawing what do you call it? I want to say vibrant, but that's not the word I'm looking for. We're drawing gigantic horns that are just mounted into her shoulders here. Like it's in her dressing, like a shoulder pieces. God, I can't think of what I'm trying to say here. Again, I'm horrible with words. That's why I'm not a speaker. That's why I'm a drawer. So I should stop trying to draw. I should stop trying to speak and just draw. Oh man. Okay, so let's give her a sword. Some kind of something. Let's see, I want to do like holding the sword, so fingers are out, wrapped around. So I wish I had something right now to show you, but when you draw holding a sword, you don't want your fist completely closed. This is flat. Obviously something's around something, so we got to draw them out just a little bit. You know, you're not making a fist, you're actually holding something. So I kind of draw the hands floating. I kind of draw the fingers floating because they are actually wrapped around the handle, right? I'll do the handle like this, and then I'm just going to give her some kind of, we'll say like it's got like a spike on the end for fighting. I'm big on spikes, apparently. And then we're going to give her some kind of epic handle with a jewel. No, not jewel encrusted. She's a barbarian, right? It's just got some epic design, right? Very, very Conan. Very. I don't know what yet. Oh, but let's do this. Where's my ruler? I do want to at least make it. I like to do it straight with the handle, so I want to make sure I'm kind of following a line like that. There we go. And I think I will use a ruler for the edges of that just to make sure I get it straight. But I think that's going to work. So let me just draw some features on the face real fast, and then we'll switch over to the Sharpie. I'm going to have with a furrowed brow. Maybe kind of an open mouth. They're going to raise it up a little bit. And maybe we'll do like a scar across her face. You know, like she's seen some stuff. You know, she's had a rough barbarian life, but that's the life she chose. And she's fine with that. So don't feel pity for her, because she's gonna get you. All right, I think I'm good. I think I'm happy with that. I say we erase some of this because I want my pencil line. Well, this sketch worked out really good, and I want my Sharpie to stand out, not the pencil line. So I got to be very careful what I erase here, because what I normally do is I throw down sketch lines, and those just kind of get me placement and figure out, you know, sizing and all that stuff. And then as I get more confident, I press harder, and those are my confidence lines. So as I lightly erase, the sketch lines disappear and the confidence lines stay, because it takes more pressure to erase those. Sometimes, like this time, the sketch works, and so I can't erase too much, so I gotta be a little careful what I'm doing here. And also I gotta retape my paper. So there you go. I think that enough has disappeared that it won't stand out over the Sharpie, but enough is still there that I can still see where I'm gonna go. So let me retape my paper real fast. Good to go. I say let's welcome the skippers and get going. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. It can find things that the fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased the majority of my sketch lines, but left enough for myself to see where we're going to go. And if you want to see more Sunday Fun Day, check out this playlist here, or just check out my playlist in general, because I do so many things, chances are I've probably already done what you want to see. So check that out and see what else I got. I'm going to start with the Sharpie pen, because I can control the fine details much easier with this pen. Then I'll switch over to the fine point. So I've got her head kind of turned and looking down just a little bit, so her eyes are going to be like this, and down. So I'm going to draw the top of her lids like this. Okay, and then I'm going to draw the retina just a little bit, because it's tiny. I've got a very tiny picture here. I can draw the retina, the color part, like this and like this. Now, all I can do for the pupil is just a little bit of a dab, and kind of dab it right here in the center. You can do whatever you need. I just know that these Sharpies will bleed, so I'm just trying to hit it right there in the center. Done. I'm walking away. Now, for the bottom of the eye, this is too tiny to draw. It's all going to bleed, so I'm just going to come in just a little bit like that. Same thing on each side. And then I can't even do it over here, because I'm gonna run out of place. And I'm gonna add just a little bit of an eyelash. I know she doesn't wear makeup, but just to give her a pretty eye, to see that it's a nice feminine eye, right? Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. Anything else is gonna start to bleed. I'm gonna give her a furrowed brow coming down like this. I'm gonna make it a little thick, because she's a barbarian. Like, she doesn't pluck her eyebrows, right? She's not all about fashion. There we go. I like it. So I'm gonna draw the bridge of her nose, because normally you don't see the edge, but as you start to turn, you do see the edge of the nose. I mean, it becomes a profile eventually, right? So I've got her turned enough that I can do a little something here. So I'm gonna come down, do like that. But that's it. That's all I want to do. Because again, I want it soft. The nose is soft, so I don't want to draw a hard edge with this. So I'm going to draw her nostril like this, coming down for the bottom of her nose, and come up. And I think that's about all I can draw. Like maybe like that, but that's it. Anything else is going to start to look too rough. So I'm going to draw her mouth, and she's got kind of an open mouth, because I've got her in kind of a snarl, right? And so I'm going to draw her mouth open like this. And then I'm going to draw the bottom lip, just so you can see that it's an open mouth. In other words, that doesn't look like the lip. Once I do color, you'll see much better. And I'm not going to draw the top lip, because it would look like lipstick, and I don't want that look for her. I'm going to color it red, or a darker fleshy color, but that's with color. With a hard edge Sharpie, it'll look like lipstick, so I don't want to do that. So I'm going to just draw her chin like this, and start to draw the side of her face. This going up, and then her hair is kind of covering over. So let me draw at least back to here, and start on her hair. Now, I've got her hair in braids, and so I'm gonna go ahead and draw a hairline, or not a hairline, an edge right here. And also, I'm gonna start to thicken up my edges because when I switch over to this Sharpie, you're gonna see a huge difference in line width. And so I wanted this tiny detail in the face, but I also kind of want to match what's gonna happen in a little bit. So I'm gonna start to thicken up my edges just a little as I play around with the hairline. Now, her head has tilted, has changed, so I gotta take that into effect with my sketch. Because the way I sketched it, it's not quite the way the sketch is, so I gotta just change it up just a little bit. Okay, so, and I'm gonna kind of mess up her hairline too. I'm gonna do like this one pulled this way, like that. So almost like it's pulled a little too much. She didn't get her part perfectly down the middle, you know? She's a barbarian. She's not worried about that kind of stuff. Okay, so let me play around with the top of her head real fast just to see if I've got it going in the right direction. I think like this. Yeah, that'll work, that'll work. Okay, that's gonna work. See, I just want to make sure that I had it worked right because of the way it was before. Again, just to get the feel for it, right? And again, I'm thickening my edge up a little bit. And if you're working with pencil, you don't have to do this. I'm just explaining to you why I draw how I draw. Because remember, you draw how you draw, I'll draw how I draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. I'm just helping you understand why I'm doing it like this. And also, once I move to that big Sharpie, you're gonna see why, you're gonna get it. All right, so I'm gonna draw her braids because those are in front. And so I've got them kind of like all over the place. I kind of want to do my little zigzaggedy technique, but I also kind of don't. Like, maybe I should mess it up a little bit, you know? All right, so for the zigzaggedy technique, we got one going that way. This one's coming around here like this, so it's gonna zigzag, right? But I almost kind of don't want to do that. See, I want to mess it up just a little bit because, again, she's barbarian, so it's not like she knows exactly what she's doing. She's just kind of getting ready for battle, and what happens, happens. She's got no time to get pretty. And also, if you want to know why I drew her like this, you should go check out the sketch portion. Listen to my explanation of why my barbarian is not a gigantically exposed bosom maiden. Okay, so let's go like this, let's go like that. Again, I don't want it to be perfectly wrapped, you know? I want it to be a little messy. All right, and with that, I think I'm gonna switch over to the big Sharpie now because that looks pretty good to me. And let's also do this. Let's mess it up just a little bit and draw like that, right? Like a little, there's a hair that's out. You know, change it up just a little bit. So even though she's got her hair braided, it's not perfectly braided, you know? You know, just change it up, make it your own, make it different. All right, okay, so I've got her with, well, you saw, I don't know why I'm trying to explain it to you, let's just get going. So there's her neck in here like this. There's the edge of her fur, I guess is what we're gonna call it. I wanna draw the horns. So the horns are coming out of the fur, so I'm gonna just kind of do like that, right? That's the edge. It's gonna come here. And that's the edge of it over here. So I'm gonna draw this one coming out. Let's going to curve like that. This one's starting into the curve, coming back around. It's going to kind of come under itself and do one of these like that. All right, and so this one, we're going to say that that's where the fur is back behind it. So this one is the top like this. I'm a puller better than I am a pusher. So I like going to where I'm going to be and then pulling. And this one curves back under, but you can't see the curve like you can this one. We're going to say it curves under there. So we're going to bring it like this, like that. All right, and then a couple of others, just kind of like little deer horns. Just kind of sticking out. What's funny is I said elk horn while I was sketching. I was like, I don't know if an elk has horns like this. I don't know why that word just came to me, but that's what I wanted to say. Almost look like branches. Okay, now that I have that, I'm going to draw the rest of the fuzz fur for her shoulder piece, I guess. Oh, but you know what? I do have it tied up right here too. So let me just do some string, some rope, just coming through. We're gonna do this one like this. And this is also why you want to draw what's in front first, because it lets you draw what's underneath. And so the tie, the rope that's kind of crisscrossing across, is gonna be underneath her braids, and I could do it like that. That way, I'm not drawing through the braids. It's a good planned out thing. And this, I'm just doing like a fuzzy, who knows what it is, some kind of animal fur. All right, and then she's gonna have a shirt. Gonna have a shirt because that's one of the things I was complaining about in my old man complaints. I'm gonna add some more fur here real fast just to give it some depth. Is that everybody draws, armored barbarian women with exposed breast or some kind of metal bra, and it's like, why? And then nothing else. You know what I mean? Like gigantic breasts with metal bras and whatnot. And it's like, why? No, you know what? No, I already talked about it. I'm not going to bore you by talking about it again. If you want to know what I said, go back to the sketch portion. We're going to keep going. Okay. So I'm going to draw like a shirt, something hanging down, a little something like this. Right? That's all it takes. That's all you got to do to cover up your barbarian woman. You don't have to draw gigantic. I'm stopping. I'm sorry. I'm doing it again. And I'm giving it some kind of torn, rough animal pelt type kind of shirt, Okay, let's do the arms. I've got a gauntlet here and a sword over here, so let's bring this arm over here. There's her shoulders here coming down to the bicep, and then her forearm like this, but I've got a gigantic, gauntlet on. So, let's start with the gauntlet. I've got it spiky and all kinds of crazy things, so let's just get crazy in here. So we're gonna say it's wrapped like we did here with some kind of rope type kind of thing that's clamping it. Okay, so I'm gonna draw the edges of it like this. And see that again, that's why I want to draw the middle first, what's in front first, so we can draw what's behind after. And I'm gonna draw the edges of it here. And it can be made out of whatever you want, so don't worry about whether it's right or wrong or metal or whatnot, but I liked making like a spiky gauntlet piece that we're just looking at the back end, right? So let's draw like a gauntlet hand. I drew it differently, but I just changed it up, so now we're looking at the back side. So basically, I want to draw a fist like this, but it's going to be made of metal. So we're going to say that it's attached by something like this. Don't know what, but or not metal, but yeah, some kind of steel thing that they made, right? So some kind of big old spike attachment. I don't know what it is. We're going to draw a big old fisty thumb like that, and it doesn't have to be perfect. That's the thing, because it's basically a piece she puts on. It doesn't even have to be perfect, but they did fashion it to look like a hand, right? That's kind of the menacing thing about it, right? And then we're gonna put like spiky spikes on the knuckles, and then I'm gonna close it up, something like that, right? Awesome. How's yours looking? Sweet. So there we got like a strange fighting spiky hand. I don't know why I'm designating like certain knuckles on there, but I just like that it's somehow fashioned and riveted and put together, right? There, just to be like a who knows what. But it's dangerous, you know? She's going into battle. And I like spikes to be pointy. The problem with this is it's not made for tiny things like this, so even though it's called a Sharpie fine point, it's not as fine as I need it. Alright? Put more spikes back behind it, like this. Just a couple more. Alright, and then maybe we'll do like a little lining like this, just to give it some, you know, some life. Alright, and for her muscles, let's see. I'm looking at muscular women, not specifically a bodybuilder, but I'm trying to see, like, we can do something like that just to kind of, you know, accent that she's got a stronger muscle. All right, awesome. How's yours coming out? Because mine, I love it. It's awesome. All right, this one, I'm just going to draw a regular hand. Maybe we'll wrap it, and she's holding a sword. So same thing here, the muscular arm coming down to the forearm, and let's wrap it with something. I'm just going to do here. Let's do the other side so you see where we are. To the elbow, down to the forearm, and when I wrap stuff, I like doing notches like this to make it look like it's wrapped. So I'm just going to kind of work my way towards the wrist with something like this, and I'm doing it like this for a little exaggerated feel. That way it looks like it's on something, you know? Watch, here's what we're gonna do. And I like doing it also with a thick versus thin Sharpie, because it's a nice accent. And then we don't want them all on top. We want to put some underneath, just to break up the feel for it, you know? All right, so there's a few muscles. All right, Barbaria, looking awesome. Okay, she's holding a sword here, so I'm gonna draw a fist, or not a fist, I'm sorry, a hand, hold it, clasping a sword. So I'm gonna draw the thumb over like this. There's gonna be the edge of the sword right here. So that means the fingers are wrapped around, but not touching the hand, because they're wrapped around something, right? So that means I'm gonna draw the fingers wrapped around like this, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna add some detail in a second. But I want to make sure that it's not completely closed. You know, it's gotta look like it's actually holding something. And then we'll do the little bit of a knuckle line, just so you can get a feel for the edges of it. Okay, let's draw a sword. I'm going to use a ruler, by the way. So, I guess I should have told you that from the beginning. So go grab a ruler, and I'll be right here. Ready? Pause, go grab a ruler. All right, and I'm glad you're back. So, roughly a ruler. So I just want to make sure my edges are straight, that in the direction I'm going, because I can already see that I've tilted it just a little bit. And so, I'm going to go ahead and bring the sword down like this, and I'm going to do like a little meat cleaver rough edge, right? That way she's got like a little bit of in the middle of armor, or in the middle of battle, if you got to use the bottom edge, go for it. You know, she could smash and grab and do all kinds of stuff. That way it's a worthy of battle. Okay? So so let's basically, so I've got the direction. I know where it's going to go now. So I'm going to build off of this. I'm going to kind of come up like that. And I'm going to do like a hilt, I guess. I'm trying to think of like a good word for it. a barbarian hilt, a scary hilt. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a battle war type kind of thing. But see, it's changed. It's changed. So it's starting to go this way a little bit. I didn't mean to do that, so I'm just going to kind of mix it up and fix that. And there we go. So now I've kind of got it going this way. So I'm going to draw a middle line real fast just so I can see where my center is, because I want it to kind of follow this handle, right? Originally I sketched it like this, but it moved it with the handle, so I'm going to follow this line right here. Okay, so now even that's not right. Let's do this. That's not perfect. So let's, but you know what? That's okay. I'm fine with that. I wanted to correct that, but I'm okay. Let's say it's a barbarian hilt, and so who knows what's going to happen, right? It's all kinds of crazy. It's a barbarian sword. So let's do this. Ooh, I got an idea. I want that edge like that. And this is also to show you that things don't always go right, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. And even so, we can still adapt. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it like a divot, like a little, you know what I mean? Kind of like a weird little divot in the center. I need some epic barbarian music. I hope I can find something. Or make something. Sorry, I make all my music. Alright, so I'm just gonna point it out up here. And look, I didn't come all the way to the top. I didn't draw it as high as I need, but that's okay. Because you know what? It's not always going to be perfect, and that's okay. You just kind of play with what you got, and we're good. Look at that. We fixed it. All right, so we're moving our way down, and so I can see a little bit of her stomach here, and then I'm going to draw her pelt, I guess is what I'm going to call it. Just like we did up there, just some kind of fuzzy, furry type kind of animal skin, you know. And then I've got her. She does have a skirt on. We'll say that we'll give her that. Her animal pelt loincloth. That's what it is. And again, same thing. I want to add just a little bit of depth for the edges of it, but not much because I want to do more with color. And we'll just say that you can see her belly button like that, and she does have, we'll say she's got abs, you know, because she's a strong woman. But that's all you can really see because of the cloth. Okay. Oh, you know what? Let's do some here too. Just to give it a little bit of texture. Okay. All right. So now we got to do her legs. And that's pretty much it. We're going to draw muscular legs. We're going to come down here. We'll make those open. And I always complain. Oh, nope. You know what? Nope. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm not talking about it. I talked about it in the sketch. I'm done talking about it. Okay. Muscular legs. Big old strong muscular legs. For her knees, I'll draw this one so you can see what I'm doing. Oh, but let me draw the back of the skirt too before I forget, because I always do that like that. So that way it's wrapping all the way around. Let me show you the side here. I've got like a big old spiky knee. Like maybe it's a tooth, maybe it's a horn, I don't know. But I've got it wrapped around her knee like this. And then this one is more pointed at you. So you're seeing more of a up spike like that. See? Side, right at you. And then this one, I can go ahead and close off the knee. And I'm going to just real quickly, just to show you like what I did. I kind of like if we wrapped it, you know, it's like it's some kind of binding that's holding it together. Nothing specific, just it's somehow she's got it all wrapped up to hold the knee spike thing into place. Now she does have muscular legs, so I can kind of bring in a little bit of muscle here, but I want to do more with color. So let me just kind of do that, just to kind of show that there are some muscles, you know, but again, I want to do more with color. I'll highlight it that way. Okay, so now I'm just going to draw her legs. And so her legs, I'm just going to have, kind of like we did up here, just a furry, fuzzy, whatever, covering up her legs, because she's getting ready for battle. And we're going to say her some straps. I guess I should do some up there too. Over her feet, because she's ready for battle, again, with leather straps holding the thing together. Same thing here, fuzzy legs to a strapped shoe. And then I'm going to do, again, more straps, like leather straps holding it all together. There's the bottom of the foot. And detail. Let me add just a little bit of detail, then we'll be done, ready for color. Let's see, we're going to kind of come across. Again, it's anything specific. Well, let's do something here too. This is holding like her little cloth together, right? This, whatever this is, this little furry what do you call it? Shoe. I can't think of the word. Strap, shoe, thing. I don't know. I'm trying to think too hard. Let's just draw. The front like that. And there. Now, I say we take care of the rest with color. So for Sunday Fun Day, that is Barbaria.
So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.